NATO foreign ministers posed for a symbolic family photo on Thursday before opening a crucial two-day informal meeting in the southern Turkish city of Antalya, where discussions focused on reviving stalled peace efforts in the ongoing Russia-Ukraine war.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
US Secretary of State Marco Rubio and Turkish Foreign Minister Hakan Fidan were seen engaging with fellow diplomats after the photo session. The timing of the meeting coincides with renewed diplomatic momentum. Russian President Vladimir Putin, on Sunday, proposed direct negotiations with Ukraine. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelenskiy welcomed the initiative, but made clear that Moscow must first commit to a ceasefire. Despite that, Putin declined to attend the talks personally, sending instead a lower-level delegation, including deputy ministers and a military intelligence chief. Speaking at the summit, Minister Fidan expressed hope, saying,
Welcome to Antalya. I hope you are enjoying your time here in Antalya.
NATO Secretary-General Mark Rutte, speaking ahead of the meeting, said the alliance would stand united behind Ukraine to secure a lasting peace.
Making sure that we collectively will do what it takes to make sure that Ukraine can prevail and that we can collectively help Ukraine to bring this war to a lasting and durable peace. So a lot to discuss. Ukraine is ready to commit to a ceasefire and immediate negotiations. That's absolutely clear. The ball is now clearly in Russia's court. They have to explain what they are doing, why they are here or not, and with what team or whatever. But let's make sure that we all understand that the ball is in their court. Ukraine is wanting to start the negotiations as soon as possible. And as I said before, it is thanks to the Americans and President Trump that the deadlock has been broken. It's now up to the Russians to make sure they take the next steps necessary. It is the Ukrainians who have said we are ready to sit down with the Russians, to agree a ceasefire, to immediately go into negotiations about the next steps to bring this terrible war to an end.
Latvian Foreign Minister Baiba Braze dismissed Moscow's intentions, saying, "We see no indication that Russia genuinely wants
Those
peace."
threats don't have very high expectations. We don't see indications of peace on the Russian side. Yes, Ukraine wants peace, we all want peace, but Russia doesn't want peace for now. There is no indicator Russia wants peace. The ceasefire that President Trump asked for hasn't come true. So we fully support US peace efforts for Ukraine, but also in other parts with Israel and Hamas. That Russia needs to be pushed to peace, and weakening Russia's military capabilities is the most direct and cheapest way how to achieve peace in Ukraine.
Margus also accused Russia of provocative behavior, citing an incident where a Russian military jet intervened as Estonian forces attempted to intercept a UK-sanctioned Russian oil tanker sailing
Russian
without a
Federation
flag.
sent a fighter jet to check the situation, and this fighter jet violated the NATO territory close to 1 minute. This is something very new. So we need to understand that Russia has officially tied and connected itself to Russian shadow fleet, and also the NATO fighter stood up and went to inspect and check the Russian fighter. The NATO should and must increase the defense spendings. So Estonia has decided already from the next year to increase our real defense spendings up to 5.4% of GDP. So our official position is that the target for NATO member states should be 5% in the future. But of course, we're talking about Ukraine and the peace in Ukraine, and at the same time, we are having very important meetings. But that Putin doesn't come shows that Putin is not taking seriously this opportunity to find a peace and start the real negotiations. It's like the slap in the face, I think, for Ukraine, for all of us. So Putin is not taking this opportunity very seriously.
Italy's Foreign Minister Antonio Tajani struck a cautious tone, expressing hope while emphasizing that Russia must uphold international law.
I want to be optimistic, but I don't know if Russia wants to achieve this goal, because it's difficult for Putin to change his organization. There are 1 million of soldiers paid more than the workers in Russia. The industrial Russian industry is involved in defense. For this, for Putin, we need more time. But this is his job. We want peace, peace with justice. We need to protect Ukraine. We need to respect the international law. Today's meeting is the first step, but we need more Russian engagement for achieving ceasefire before and peace after. We are working hard for peace, but we need concrete actions by the Russians.
Hi, Casper Veldkamp from the Netherlands. Very happy to be here. This informal foreign ministers meeting of NATO is a stepping stone.
As peace talks are set to begin in Istanbul, global attention turns once again to whether the Kremlin is ready to negotiate sincerely or merely delay.
That would be the first step of them showing, yes, you know, guys, we would be willing to engage in peace. Thank you so much. So that would be
to Hakan, the people of Turkey, the people of Antalya for being gracious hosts to this foreign ministerial.
Reiterated as it was previously done in the Washington summit. Thank you. Reiterated.
We visit the international security architecture. It's a very critical time, and I think it's important.
In Europa dann auch über weitere Sanktionen zu entscheiden. Enger zusammen als je zuvor. Herzlichen Dank.
Victory in Europe 80 years ago. Thank you very much indeed.
In the instance where Vladimir Putin would keep avoiding such discussions. Thank you very much.
Countries, friends of us in the line. Turkey